Hi, I'm Reverend Tom Kearns. Welcome to 333 Magic 9, where the tarot cards and the astrology stars come together to help you. 2024 is going to be an exciting year with a lot of change and a lot of opportunity. And here's the energy that will be coming at you. I hope you will like this video and also press the little bell for notifications when my new videos come out. Libra, the tarot card for the first quarter is the Fool. It shows a young man who is headed for the future. He is traveling with only a staff over his shoulder and a rose in his hand. On his staff is a small bag that contains what he needs, and there is a small dog at his feet that represents instinctive guidance. He is looking to the sky, showing potential, but he may lack some practicality. Now, as we look down into the astrology, January, the first week, tells you to be careful because there's a square from Mercury and Venus to Saturn and Neptune. So this can bring confusion with travel, information, and communications. Be aware. Uranus will go direct on the 27th in your 8th house, so evaluate your joint investments and your sense of intimacy. And the Sun conjuncts Pluto in Aquarius on the 20th in your 5th house, exposing secrets that may frustrate romance and creativity. Now, as we move into February, it starts nice but gets bumpy as Mars will conjunct Pluto on the 14th. That's a heavy-duty day. So watch your personal expression and your passions. And the 22nd through the 25th may find you seeking intimate connections, but running into some resistance. Moving into March, it starts with a bang as Venus will square Uranus up in the 8th house. So do not act like the world's greatest lover. Mars will also square Uranus, exposing conflicts in intimacy and investments. And then Neptune will be in Pisces and your 6th, and he brings creative ideas to work, but you must keep them realistic. The tarot card for the second quarter is the Knight of Cups. It shows a man in armor seated upon a white horse. He extends a cup before him. His helmet signifies imagination, and there is water behind him. He suggests inspiration, creativity, and emotion. You may receive an offer that has a positive emotional impact, and maybe something to do with love and romance. Now, as we look into the second quarter, April begins with a total solar eclipse and Mercury retrograde in your 7th house. And this can bring some relationship challenges. And don't allow distractions to rule, as Venus and Mars will conjunct Neptune in your 6th house. And that can bring confusion at work. There is unusual energy coming when Jupiter conjuncts Uranus in the 8th and the Sun squares Pluto over the 20th. Use this energy to regenerate yourself. Moving into May, Mars in the 7th house will energize your partners on the 1st, but Pluto in the 5th house warned you not to lower romantic boundaries, especially with friends. And the Sun and Venus will conjunct Uranus in the 8th house. So listen to your intuition, as Mercury will conjunct Uranus, and that can open your mind. And Jupiter, now up in the 9th house, the house he rules, challenges your understanding and your mind. As we go into June, it starts with messages flying all over the place. But it may become challenging when difficult energy will affect the 9th house of your chart. And Saturn will turn retrograde at the end of the month in your 6th house, and this demands you respect the rules at work. The tarot card for the 3rd quarter is the Death card. It suggests the ever-changing cycles of nature, with endings becoming new beginnings. Your world is changing, but is also full of new potential. So don't be stuck in the past. Keep the faith, go through the changes, and move to the future. Now, as we look into the 3rd quarter, July begins with Neptune joining Saturn retrograde in your 6th house, and that can create confusion in your daily routines and your work situation. Venus and Mercury may help in communications and make them more exciting, but Mars will conjunct Uranus in the 8th house, and that is followed by a square from Mercury in the 11th house. Then this can disrupt any networking opportunities. So in group situations or with associates, watch what you say. Moving into August, Mercury will be retrograde in your 12th house. And this can disrupt your deepest thoughts, so try to keep it clear. Mid-month is volatile as Mars in the 9th house will square Saturn and conjunct Jupiter. So control yourself in career situations, or you may make mistakes, and Saturn in the 6th house may affect your efficiency on the job, and that would not be good. Moving into September, the Sun is in Virgo in your 12th house, and this creates a need to spend some time in quiet. Be especially aware around the lunar eclipse in the 6th house on the 18th that can upset your coworkers and bosses. Stay focused at work and be extra careful when trying to understand the emotions of others. The tarot card for the 4th quarter is the Four of Wands. This is one of the happiest cards in the tarot deck. It combines the energy of the Four, which represents positive energy on the material plane, with the Wands, which represent happiness and expression. This suggests a good time for success in material and spiritual concerns. There may even be a romance or a marriage in the air. As we move into the 4th quarter, in October, Jupiter will go retrograde in your 9th house, causing you to rethink your personal ambitions and understanding. Pluto, going direct in the 4th house, will help you understand family problems. Now, there will be a grand trine in water and mixed aspects, which will keep everyone's emotions flowing. Join them and go with the flow. November begins with a little tension in the air as Mars in the 10th house will oppose Pluto in the 4th, warning of power struggles between home and family and career responsibilities. Now, this is followed by the Sun in the 2nd house in opposition to Uranus in the 8th. So balance your budget and investments. And Mercury will go retrograde in the 3rd house, so adjust the way you're thinking about problems. Now, as we move into December, Mars will go retrograde in the 11th house, asking you to be careful when networking. And then Neptune will go direct in the 6th house, and this will help bring more creativity into your work. Venus in the 5th will oppose Mars up in the 11th, so suggesting you must be careful not to mix business and pleasure. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'd like to thank you for listening. Please like my videos and share them with your friends. And remember, this is the best time to prepare for 2024 with a private psychic and spiritual reading or a natal transit astrology chart. And you can order them at my website, professorastrology.com. And I hope you have a fabulous new year.